And on this episode, oh, I need to take this out or my audio is going to be all screwed up.
Hey
guys, welcome back to Book It. I apologize for how I look. I have been very sick the past couple days. Literally started with just like throat thing and I couldn't really talk well, and then it like spread and then it was all up here, and then I was like throwing up. Such TMI, but I was really sick. I still have like cold symptoms. You can tell I'm getting over it. But during this time, I was able to listen to like 4 audiobooks, because when you're sick, you don't want to read because like it hurts your eyes. So I literally have just been like laying like around my house, doing my medicine, drinking water, and listening to audiobooks. Which has been so great because it's like I can still work even though I'm like not. Sorry, my best friend's texting me. We're talking about some cool things in our life, but I'm not going to get into that right now. We are back. We are going to finish the last 3 books of the Maze Runner series. It is Monday, January 15th. So the first one has already came out, so I'm super excited about that, but we're going to like keep moving right along. I'm messing it up a little bit. I was going to do, like I had the first 3, so it was Maze Runner, Scorched Trials, and then the Death Cure. I was going to do Kill Order and then Fever Code and then Crank Palace. I'm going to mix it up. I'm going to do Crank Palace first because Crank Palace does take place during the Death Cure. It's like 3.5. This is a novella that was released by James Dashner. This is the newest one. The only other book that's newer than this is The Maze Cutter, which I have not read. I did not know it was a thing until I started doing this. I think I find that out in the last the Death Cure video. I'm pretty sure I figured it out, but that book will not be in this series. I do not own it. I do not this is going to be out before that, so I might at some point read it and then add it in later, but it's not going to be a part of our Maze Runner week. But we're going to go ahead and talk about the Crank Palace today. Like I said, it is a novella, so it's shorter than the other ones. The book actually does not go super far, because like the Maze Cutter, like there's like the first couple parts, but so the book kind of ends here, but it doesn't start until here. So it's like this is the book, and then this part is not, and neither is this part. So it's like very short, which is great because it's a novella. So it takes place, it's all about Newt. So this is like during the Death Cure, when Newt leaves the Death Cure because he needs to go away because he is not immune to the flare. This is the story of what happens like during that time. So we start off by, he leaves a note saying like, I'm gone, please don't follow me, I don't want you to see me like kind of go into like slip into madness. Basically, I'm gonna move this so I can like kind of be in the center, because I'm not in the center, still off center, whatever. So he starts losing his mind a little bit. He does like this, he leaves. And then he's going to go what's called the Crank Palace, which is I guess where they put everybody who has the flare disease in there. So he is trying to go there, but before that he runs into a woman and her small child, and he learns that they both have the disease. They're still somewhat normal. The child is like, you know, not really showing any signs yet, and then the woman is not showing anything at all either, but she's like, yeah, I am sick. Like, I know I am. Like me now. I have the flare. Probably gonna lose my mind. So apparently there's no more space at the Crank Palace, and if you're being taken there, it's basically they're just gonna kill you. But because of who he is, people know that he was in the trial, so he gets snatched up by the guards, and the 3 of them are taken to like this little neighborhood style place. It's very run down, but like it seems safe overall. So he gets to know the neighbors, whose wife is like, it's like this man and my God, words. It's this man and his wife. He learns that the wife is a little bit further gone than he is. And like it's really sad to see how it like takes her over, and he's trying to like protect her and trying to help her, and it's just really sad. He goes out to find food for this basically new family, and they're kind of like on their own wasteland. There are a bunch of other people there, but some people are like trying, like, some people are like closing the doors and like staying to themselves, and then other people are just like out in the middle of the street. So it's very interesting to see like the basic, like the people who have been shut out of society. So one day he's exploring, he meets these two guys in what is like an abandoned bowling alley style place. He talks to them and they realize who he is and that he was a part of the trials, and they feel really bad for him because he was not immune, yet he like got the you're totally fine, but like that's not true. So they kind of have like sympathy about him. This is when we see his friends show up in the death cure. His friends like show up to like get him out, and Newt tells them to leave and they don't want to listen. This is when Thomas and Minho are like arguing, like no, you're coming with us, like you're coming home, like we're going to do this together. And this is when these guys basically come out and they're like, you need to leave. Newt wants you to leave. And then this is when they leave, but not before Newt slips him a note basically telling Tommy to like to kill him before he gets too far gone. And then when he gets back, he learns that this woman has abandoned her youngest kid to him because she thinks that Newt can take better care since she's going to like lose her mind. And she had her daughter and her brother taken away from her, and she's going to go try to find them. And Newt's like, how are you going to find them? We learn that she has a cell phone that she turns on once a day for like a few minutes to try to like contact them, and that they're nearby, and she doesn't want to lose, you know, the battery of this phone, but she also doesn't want to lose her daughter and her brother. So she's like, I'm gonna go find them. Then he decides to go with her, so it's like the three of them are going on this journey to find the daughter, and they run into different types of cranks, and then they run into Wicked, and like a bunch of people are trying to stop them. Then they show up to see the daughter's alive and well, but also has the flare disease, and this woman's brother has been kind of like watching over her during the time. Reagan is there too, and they really want Newt, so they ensue a whole little battle thing. Wicked is there, not Reagan. I was gonna say, who's Reagan? Wicked is there. There's a little battle, and then they end up getting away. And then basically it's like, after that it gets really sad, because then it like shows like when he blacks out, that's like when the virus takes over. He basically, Newt just is like, oh, I blacked out. Newt wakes up and he's like, I was shot by Thomas. So like we see him up until basically in the death cure, he runs up and he's like, kill me, Tommy, kill me, kill me. And it's very sad, but like in the Crank Palace, we just see him black out. We don't even see him, like, he doesn't remember doing this, but he wakes up and he's like, ow, I've been shot. Like, I know I'm dying. Like, I know I am. But, like, he doesn't really remember how he got there. He's like, I know Thomas did it, but, like, what happened beforehand? But in the death cure, we saw him being like, no, please, like, do not let this virus take me. So it's, like, it's very interesting because they'll have, like, blackout moments. And, like, you're like, well, what happened? But then, like, the death cure answers, like, what happened? So it's very interesting. Personally, I believe this book is, like, closure for people who fell in love with the character of Newt, but never got, like, to see what happened to him. Because I remember when the death cure came out, I was like, what happened to Newt? Like, he disappeared, like, yes, but, like, where'd he go? What did he do? Like, I saw little clips here and there, but, like, I wanted to know, like, what actually happened. And this was a great book for that, because it shows him, like, between the death cure, and then, you know, we do know that Thomas kills him, because he's losing his mind, too bad. And yeah, it's been a closure. I will say that one thing I dislike about this book is I feel like the ending was really rushed. And I understand it's a novella, but that doesn't mean that, like, we could have, like, had to be rushed. I feel like it could have, like, actually been, like, a little bit longer. But it's not. It's okay. So I feel like it's like boom, 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 done. Which I feel like might be like how the flare works, like the virus of like blacking out, and then it's over. So I think that's very interesting. But yeah, no, this was a 4 out of 5. I like this book a lot. I apologize that I'm so sick, but my next 2 videos are going to basically be me sounding the exact same. But no, I like this book. It's really cute. I'm very proud. I'm going to give it a little stamp. Yeah, I never told the public, but for Christmas, my friend Lauren, love her to death, she gave me a little book stamper that says in the Library of Savannah. So after I finish a book, I'm going to stamp all of them, and then there's just a little rising thing right here, and then I put them in my little library. But no, Crank Palace is great. James Dashner did it again, killing it at the game like he always does. But yeah, that's it for the Crank Palace, which is 3.5 in the series, so it's not actually it's not the 4th one. The book came out 6th. It's like the 6th book to come out in the series, but it actually is 3.5. It is on my Goodreads, so make sure you follow my Goodreads in the link below because it'll tell you literally every book that I'm reading. I'm about to go update it right now, so people that are watching the first video today will see that I finished this today. But no, it always gives you a little heads up of like what I'm doing. Plus you can see what I'm reading at the time, and stuff like that. I have a lot of books in my like currently reading books, which I mean it's a way for me to see it. So basically once I'm reading a book, I update it in there, and then once I'm done with the book but I need to film a video, I put the book at 99%. So usually the books that are at 99%, you know, like, oh, a video's coming. It just depends on when I can record them. But please make sure you follow my Goodreads. It's super important to me. And then also make sure you follow my Instagram and stuff like that if you just want to keep up with my day-to-day life. Please make sure you like and subscribe to this video. It helps me out so much more than you actually think, and I'm very excited. You know, I'm getting a little bit pepped in my step. I'm gonna go pop another Advil and then continue on through. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you're enjoying Maze Runner week. We have 2 days left after this, so let's just go ahead and bust it out, why don't we? So thank you so much, and until next time, bye!